Less than 5% of the world has a mind like yours, and almost every one of them grows up believing their difference is a flaw. But here's the unsettling truth. You aren't broken. You're evolution's experiment. Carl Jung spent decades studying a rare category of humans, individuals whose minds don't just think deeper, they perceive deeper, feel deeper, and exist on a level most people will never reach. And today, you're about to discover the 8 signs he believed reveal the next stage of human consciousness. But before we begin, understand this. If even one of these signs matches you, everything you've ever doubted about yourself, your intensity, your sensitivity, your loneliness, your depth, will suddenly click into place. Because by the end of this video, you will finally understand why you've always felt different, what your deepest traits actually mean, and how to stop treating your gifts like defects. You'll also discover exactly which psychological stage you're currently in on Jung's map of rare personality evolution. So stay with me, because once you understand these 8 signs, you will never see yourself the same again. Sign 1. Emotional depth that feels supernatural. Jung discovered that some people don't just feel emotions. They experience what he called affect-toned complexes. These are emotional states so rich, layered, and multidimensional that they function more like internal landscapes than simple reactions. This isn't sensitivity. This is advanced emotional intelligence operating at a deeper frequency. While most people register an emotion in one single note, anger, sadness, fear, you feel the entire chord beneath it. You feel tension in a room before anyone speaks. You sense disappointment someone never voiced. You detect the emotional truth hidden behind polite words. Your emotional system is a radar, high-powered, refined, and impossible to shut off. And for years, people may have called you too emotional, when the truth is, you're simply too perceptive. If this is you, comment, "Depth is my power." Sign 2. Sacred curiosity. Some people ask questions to make conversation. You ask questions to understand reality itself. You're never satisfied with the first answer, or the second. You chase the why behind the why, the truth beneath the appearance, the pattern beneath the behavior. Jung called this rare ability the Transcendent Function, the psychological mechanism that pushes a person beyond surface thinking into deeper awareness. And yes, it intimidates people. Not because you're wrong, but because your curiosity forces them to confront truths they've spent their lives avoiding. Your questions disrupt illusions. Your depth removes their comfortable excuses. This is why surface-level thinkers often feel exposed around you. Your mind sees too clearly, too quickly, too honestly. This trait alone separates the conscious from the unconscious. Sign 3. Conscious independence. Jung taught that true individuality is achieved through the individuation path, a psychological journey where a person separates their real self from the roles, expectations, and identities the world tried to place on them. For rare personalities, independence isn't an attitude. It's something you built through adversity. You learned the hard way that relying on the wrong people leads to deeper wounds than standing alone ever could. So you created yourself, piece by piece, boundary by boundary, into someone who cannot be easily shaken. This is why your solitude doesn't feel like loneliness. It feels like sanctuary, the place where you remember your truth and recharge your inner world. And if you crave this level of psychological truth, subscribe. Your mind belongs here. Sign 4. Hyper-Perceptive intuition. Jung described intuition as perception via the unconscious, a silent, instant knowing that bypasses logic and sees directly into the truth of a situation. If you carry this rare trait, you don't just hear words. You read the micro-expressions behind them. You sense energy shifts the moment they happen. You notice the emotional temperature of a room before anyone else realizes something is off. This is why people confess things to you they've never said out loud. It's why strangers open up, why friends lean on you, and why you often become the unconscious therapist, the one everyone turns to for clarity, comfort, and emotional regulation. But this gift has a cost. If you don't protect your energy, your intuition can become overwhelming, leading to emotional fatigue and quiet burnout. Your mind wasn't built to carry everyone's weight, only your truth.
Sign 5. Meaning above everything. For rare personalities, Jung noticed a powerful pattern. The psyche rebels against anything inauthentic. You can force yourself to follow the script, chase approval, or pretend shallow goals matter, but something inside you refuses to settle. While others can distract themselves with trends, status, or convenience, you feel an immediate emptiness when life lacks depth. Shallow conversations feel draining. Performing for validation feels like betrayal. Achievement without meaning feels hollow. For you, meaning isn't a luxury, it's oxygen. Your inner world demands purpose, truth, and alignment. You need to feel that your actions matter, that your relationships are real, and that your life reflects who you actually are. This hunger for meaning isn't weakness. It's your compass, your evolutionary advantage. If this resonates, comment meaning first. Sign 6. Outgrowing people repeatedly. Jung observed that psychologically advanced individuals go through constant death and rebirth cycles. Not physical changes, but inner evolutions. Every time you heal, grow, or shed an old belief, you become someone your past environment can no longer contain. This is why you've outgrown people again and again. Not because you're difficult, but because you refuse to stay small. Yet, the people who once knew you often want the earlier version of you, the version that didn't question, didn't evolve, didn't rise. But you can't go back. Once consciousness expands, it never returns to its previous size. And here's the tension most won't admit. Your evolution threatens whoever refuses their own. You didn't lose them. You simply outgrew them. Sign 7. Transformational presence. Jung identified a rare capacity he called psychological holding space, the ability to make others feel seen, understood, and safe simply by being fully present. If you have this trait, people open up around you effortlessly. They feel understood without explaining themselves. They feel calmer just by sitting near you. Your presence becomes a mirror that reveals truth without forcing it. But this gift carries a hidden danger. Helper syndrome, the pattern of giving too much, listening too long, absorbing emotions that don't belong to you, and believing it's your job to support everyone. Your presence can heal, but without boundaries, it can also drain you. So the real mastery isn't in holding space for others. It's learning to hold space for yourself first. Sign 8. Sense of purpose you can't explain yet. Some people chase success, others chase approval. But you feel a pull toward purpose you can't fully describe. It isn't a dream or a plan. It's a psychological necessity, a quiet inner voice insisting that your life is meant for something deeper, higher, and undeniably your own. Jung linked this to the Transcendent Function, the mind's built-in drive to evolve beyond its current limits. When you ignore this calling, you don't feel bored. You feel restless, anxious, disconnected, as if you're betraying something sacred inside you. These neurotic symptoms aren't weakness. They're signals pointing you back to your path. Your psyche was designed for direction, for contribution, for a destiny only you can recognize. But Jung issued a warning. The stronger your gifts are, the darker their shadows become. Because as powerful as these 8 signs are, these traits come with a shadow. Jung warned that rare personalities carry 3 shadows that can quietly destroy them if left unexamined. The first is the superiority shadow, the unconscious belief that your depth makes you above others. This isolates you, blinds you, and cuts you off from connection. The second is the Messianic shadow, the urge to fix, heal, or awaken everyone around you. But not everyone wants to evolve.
and carrying their transformation on your back leads only to exhaustion. The third is the martyrdom shadow, the belief that being rare means being destined to suffer. You hide your needs, suppress your joy, and sacrifice yourself in the name of being strong. Then come the relationship patterns. Light seekers cling to your depth but drain you. Light dimmers feel threatened and try to make you smaller. Only light matchers can meet you at your level. And finally, Jung's psychological stages: the unconscious outsider, the awakening individual, and the individuated consciousness, the rarest form of a fully integrated self. If you've seen yourself in these signs, remember, you're not too much. The world is too little. Comment below, I am psychologically rare and proud. And if you want to understand the danger Jung warned empaths about next, watch Final Warning to Empaths. If this spoke to your soul, subscribe. Your evolution is just beginning.